How do you find the cube root of any number? Imagine you have a big number and want to find a smaller number that, when multiplied by itself 3 times, gives you that original number. That's what finding the cube root is all about. It's like asking, what number times itself 3 times equals this number? For example, if you think of 27, the cube root is 3 because 3 times 3 times 3 equals 27. To find the cube root of a number, start by understanding the idea. The cube root answers the question, which number when cubed gives the original number? If the number is a perfect cube like 8, 27, 64, or 1 to 5, you can find the cube root by figuring out which number, multiplied by itself 3 times, equals that number. You can do this by prime factorization, which means breaking the number into its prime factors. For example, 64 breaks down into 2 2s, 3 4s, and so on. Group the prime factors into triples, and the product of one factor from each group is the cube root. Another way is to memorize the cubes of numbers from 1 to 10. For example, 1 cubed is 1, 2 cubed is 8, 3 cubed is 27, 4 cubed is 64, and 5 cubed is 1 to 5. Knowing these helps you quickly identify the cube roots of perfect cubes. If the number isn't a perfect cube, finding the cube root gets a little trickier. The result will be a decimal or an irrational number. You can use a calculator with a cube root function, which is often marked as cube root. Just type in the number and press the cube root button. If you don't have a calculator, you can estimate. Find 2 perfect cubes between which your number lies. For example, if your number is 50, it's between 27 and 64, so its cube root is somewhere between 3 and 4. You can then refine your estimate by seeing how close your number is to each cube. Another way is to use exponents. The cube root of a number can be written as x raised to the power of 1/3. So, if you want to find the cube root of 1 to 5, you can raise 1 to 5 to the power of 1/3 using a calculator. Just type 1 to 5 raised to the power of 1 divided by 3, and you get 5. This method works well with scientific calculators and software. In algebra, cube roots are useful for solving equations like x cubed equals a number. To find x, you take the cube root of both sides of the equation. For example, if x cubed equals 64, then x equals the cube root of 64, which is 4. Think of the cube root as the opposite of cubing a number. If you know how to cube a number, you can find its cube root by reversing that process. For perfect cubes, prime factorization or memorization makes it quick. For other numbers, calculators or estimation help you get close. Knowing how to find cube roots makes working with cubes and volumes much easier in algebra and geometry.